We're going to start with the climber initiating the sequence. The climber will ask on belay. The belayer will respond after checking everything, belay on. The climber will ask, or the climber will say, climbing. The belayer will respond, climb on. Climber climbs up to the top. Once the climber's at the top, the climber will say tension. The belayer will lock off the rope and say tension on. The climber will say ready to lower. The belayer will say lowering. Once the climber is on the ground, the climber will say off belay. The belayer will respond with the words thank you. The belayer will completely disengage everything and then say belay off. So the command set is on belay, belay on, climbing, climb on, tension, tension on, ready to lower, lowering, off belay, thank you, and belay off. I prefer the word tension because it's 2 syllables. It's easier to hear. Over wind, rain, cars, a river, all these things are things that might create additional sound. The word take means 2 things. It can mean take up slack, take up rope, or take my weight. The word tension should just be used for take my weight. The term up rope should be used as the ancillary command when there's too much slack in the system. The final thing that I am concerned about with the word take is that some communities use the word safe instead of off belay at the top of a climb. When the word safe is used, it could be confused with the word take, which has led to fatalities. Additionally, the word take might sound like slack or rock. Both are things that we don't want to confuse. So the other thing in this command set that I want to talk about is the word thank you at the end. We don't say thank you because we're being polite. We're saying thank you because we want to acknowledge that we heard the person say off belay. This is really important because when we move into multi-pitch terrain, I'm going to use the word thank you all over the place, anytime there's not an automatic response. The other thing is that when you're at the top of the climb and you yell down, off belay, and there's no response, or the person says belay off, but they're not really off, and now you're pulling on the rope, it's a pain in the butt. You know, I'd rather have people in a single pitch setting say thank you, completely disengage the device, and then say belay off than otherwise. And then when we move into a setting where I'm at the top of the climb, it's just a little bit better. So once again, on belay, belay on, climbing, climb on, tension, tension on, ready to lower, lowering, off belay, thank you, and belay off.